I was 15 years old when I went to see. Then I stopped in Norway.
Boney M, the iconic disco group, captivated millions with their catch tunes and unforgettable performances. But what if everything you knew about them was a lie? The truth behind Boney M's rise to fame is more shocking than you'd expect. Join us as we uncover the biggest hoax in music history and reveal the secrets hidden behind the band's success. The birth of Boney M. In December of 1974, a dance track called Baby Do You Wanna Bump was recorded by Frank Farian, a German singer-songwriter. He sang the deep-voiced lyrics, asking repeatedly if you want to bump, as well as the high falsetto chorus. Upon the single's release in early 1975, it was attributed to the name Boney M, rather than Farian's true identity. Farian later described the origin of the name he had chosen. While watching TV one day, he saw the credits of an Australian detective show with a character named Napoleon Bonaparte, but credited as Boney. The name caught his attention, and he found it catchy and easy to remember as he repeated it aloud. Boney, Boney, Boney. Boney M. Initially, the song went unnoticed, but eventually started catching the ears of music fans, especially in the Netherlands and Belgium. Seeing the song climb the charts in these regions, Farian understood the importance of having a group to perform as Boney M on TV. As he had been the one providing vocals on the track, he required individuals whose appearance matched the name. Farian had decided to create a team to revive Boney M. He came across Maisie Williams, a former model who had transitioned into singing from Montserrat. She had the appearance and stage aura that he desired. Following that, he stumbled upon Bobby Farrell, a dancer from Aruba, whose energetic dance moves and charm made him a suitable addition to the group. Another important member that joined the group was Marsha Barrett, a singer hailing from Jamaica. Having already established herself in the music scene, her impressive vocal abilities caught the attention of Farian. Barrett then connected Farian with Liz Mitchell, another Jamaican singer who had previously been part of the Les Humphreys Singers. Mitchell's expertise and vocal prowess were the missing elements that ultimately perfected the group. All four individuals were now part of Boney M, which was no longer just a project confined to the studio, but a vibrant, live performance. While Farian was the mastermind behind the sound, it was the group's charisma and talent that shaped Boney M's lively image for global viewers. Despite all this, the band still rose to fame. But was it purely their talent, or was there something more? The rise of a disco legend. In 1976, the first album by Boney M, titled Take the Heat Off Me, was released. This album included songs that Marsha Barrett had previously recorded with Frank Farian, such as the title track and Lovin' or Leavin', which had originally been recorded in German by another Farian project called Gilla. However, not all members of the group had participated in the studio recordings. Farian had believed that Maisie Williams' voice was not suitable for recording, and after an unsuccessful attempt to have Bobby Farrell sing No Woman, No Cry, decided to only use Liz Mitchell and Marsha Barrett. In addition to his vocals enhanced in the studio, Farian had created the distinctive sound of Boney M. The album initially struggled to attract attention, but the group put in a lot of effort by performing at various venues to build their reputation. Their big break came in late summer of 1976, when a producer named Michael Mike Leckebusch invited them to perform on a popular TV show. On September 18, 1976, Boney M wowed the audience with their unique costumes and performance of Daddy Cool, which quickly became a hit and reached the top spot in West Germany. Following the success of the single, the album also gained popularity. Taking advantage of their current success, the band decided to release a new single called Sunny, which was a rendition of Bobby Hebb's popular song from 1966. The song quickly rose to the top of the charts, becoming their second number one hit. With their increasing popularity, Daddy Cool managed to reach the #1 spot in various European countries, including Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Spain, France, and Austria. In the UK, both Daddy Cool and Sunny made it to the top 10, solidifying the country as one of their most successful markets. In 1977, Boney M took advantage of their popularity by putting out their second album, Love for Sale. This album featured two big hits, Ma Baker and Belfast. To promote the album, they went on their first major tour, playing alongside a live band called the Black Beauty Circus, influenced by Maisie Williams' previous group, Black Beautiful People. Within a year of its release, the album had earned gold certification in the UK. Ma Baker and Belfast both topped the charts in West Germany and made it into the top 10 in the UK. In 1978, the group experienced great success with the release of a new double-A-sided single, Rivers of Babylon, Brown Girl in the Ring, which became a huge hit in Europe. The single reached the top spot in multiple countries and became one of the best-selling singles in UK history. In America, it was their most successful song, reaching #1, 30 on the pop singles chart. After that, Boney M came out with their most successful album, Night Flight to Venus. This album featured popular singles like Rasputin and Painter Man. Their success was further solidified with Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord, which topped the UK charts as the #1. One Christmas Single of 1978. This song also went on to become one of the highest-selling Christmas tracks in the nation's past. Boney M achieved global fame around this time and even traveled to the Soviet Union for promotional purposes, joining the ranks of Elton John as one of the few Western artists to do so. However, Rasputin was not approved for release in the Soviet Union due to its controversial content. Despite gaining more recognition, there were certain aspects of Boney M's music that were beginning to be revealed. It was already common knowledge that Bobby Farrell did not sing on the group's studio tracks, but in 1978, it was disclosed that Maisie Williams also did not contribute to the recorded vocals. Farian had mentioned in an interview with the German youth magazine Bravo that Williams's voice did not match the group's musical style. However, during that era, disco music often relied on studio manipulation, so this revelation did not stir up much controversy. In contrast to Farian's later project Milli Vanilli, which faced strong backlash in the late 1980s, the audience of Boney M mostly accepted this practice. Even though only Liz Mitchell and Marcia Barrett provided the studio vocals, all four members, including Farrell and Williams, performed live during concerts. The group's live performances also featured additional vocalists to enhance their overall sound. Boney M achieved further success in 1979 with their release of Hooray! Hooray! It's a holy holiday, which became a popular hit in various European countries, making it to the top 10. Their fourth album, Oceans of Fantasy, was also released that year, containing two successful singles, Gotta Go Home, El Lute, and I'm Born Again, Bahama Mama. This album marked the first time official credits were given for lead and backing vocals. Oceans of Fantasy had achieved the top spot in the UK charts and had received platinum certification. Nevertheless, the band's run of top 10 hits in the UK was beginning to lose steam. Gotta Go Home had reached its peak at number 12, while I'm Born Again had only made it to number 35. Boney M emerged as a prominent disco group by the end of the decade, known for their dynamic shows, distinctive on-stage charisma, and memorable songs that left a lasting impression on the music scene. Despite the waning popularity of disco, Boney M managed to solidify their position as a significant musical force of the 1970s. However, their success was not enough to keep the band together. The higher they rose, the closer they came to their final years. The final years of a disco legend. In 1980, Boney M achieved a significant milestone in their career, the magic of Boney M. 20 golden hits. This album not only featured their hit songs, but also introduced 2 new tracks, My Friend, Jack and I, See a Boat on the River. The fans enthusiastically welcomed the collection, propelling it to the top of the UK charts. Within 6 weeks, it had reached gold status, signifying yet another success for the group. However, this would be their final album to achieve such widespread sales in the UK. During the preparations for their 5th studio album release in November 1980, the group faced unforeseen delays that extended the recording sessions into 1981, making it one of their lengthiest production periods. Upon the release of the album, Boney at the year's end, it encountered an unexpected setback when Bobby Farrell departed from the group following disagreements with Frank Farian, resulting in Boney M losing one of their key performers. With Farrell no longer available to promote the album, Boney struggled to make an impact in the UK, failing to chart in the top 100, despite achieving moderate success in continental Europe. Subsequently, the group released a holiday-themed album, Christmas Album, to add a festive flair to their music collection. During the 1982 FIFA World Cup, España '82, Boney M's reputation received an unforeseen lift in an unlikely location. In Vietnam, Rasputin was broadcasted by local TV channels as filler before live matches, resulting in a surge in the song's popularity. This unexpected exposure solidified the band's influence in Vietnamese society for many years. After Farrell left, Farian made the decision to add a new man to the group. Reggie Saibo joined Boney M in 1982 to fill Farrell's shoes. Despite this, their following singles, The Carnival Is Over and Jambo, did not perform well. 10,000 Light Years, their 7th album released in 1984, did not achieve the same level of success as their earlier work, peaking at number 23 on the German charts. Even though faced with challenges, Boney M managed to briefly make a comeback to the German top 20 the following year. The songs Kalimba de Luna and Happy Song were well received, especially with Bobby Farrell rejoining the group for the latter track. However, it should be noted that both songs were Italian hits originally performed by Tony Esposito and Baby's Gang. While these tracks helped reignite interest in Boney M, their previous chart-topping success was starting to diminish. In 1985, it was evident that Frank Farian's interest in the group was waning. The spark and originality that had previously driven their music were fading. When I Dance, their last album, was released that year, it was met with disappointment from both fans and critics. The album did not reignite the excitement that had once propelled Boney M to worldwide fame. The group commemorated their 10th anniversary in early 1986, acknowledging that a decade had passed since they first captured the attention of audiences. Despite this milestone, they faced ongoing challenges in terms of commercial success. Their latest single, Young, Free, and Single, was released but failed to reach higher than number 1. 48 on the charts, suggesting that their reign at the top was over. Boney M officially broke up in 1986 as their popularity waned and Farian's attention turned elsewhere. Despite their decline, their music remained popular and they left a lasting impact on the disco era. Do you think Boney M still has a chance of reuniting? What will happen to their legacy? The legacy that never faded. In the late 1980s, Boney M underwent surprising changes as various versions of the group emerged, some with Frank Farian's participation and others without. Certain members gained permission to use the Boney M name in various countries, leading to different lineups. During the first leg of a 1987 tour, Liz Mitchell was replaced by Marilyn Charbai Carrillo, but Mitchell later rejoined the group. Meanwhile, Marcia Barrett made the decision to depart from the group. Bobby Farrell was busy working on a new Boney M album in Belgium while excluding Farian from the recording process. However, things did not go according to plan, as Farrell did not show up for the recording or tour. Liz Mitchell's first solo project, titled No One Will Force You, was released instead since Maisie Williams had never been featured on Boney M's official records. Meanwhile, Mitchell and Williams continued touring in 1987 and 1988, with Selena Duncan and Ron Gale stepping in for Barrett and Farrell. Eventually, Carol Gray replaced Duncan, and Kurt DeDarin took over for Gale. In October 1988, the original band members tried to come together for a reunion without Frank Farian. They worked on an album called Greatest Hits of All Times, Remix 88, but there were conflicts among them. Liz Mitchell left the group in the spring of 1989 and was replaced by Madeline Davis. Mitchell was focused on promoting her solo album, while the rest of the group recorded a new song called Everybody Wants to Dance Like Josephine Baker without Farian's approval. When Farian found out about this, he threatened legal action, which led to the withdrawal of the single. Shortly after that, Farian created his interpretation of Boney M. The new group consisted of Liz Mitchell, Reggie Sibo, Sharon Stevens, and Patty Onoya-Wenjo. They launched a song called Stories that gained popularity in Switzerland, reaching #1, 11 on the charts. Following this achievement, a remix album titled Greatest Hits of All Times, Remix 89, Volume 2, was introduced in an attempt to build on their success. Nonetheless, the album did not have the desired impact. As we entered the 1990s, there was a resurgence in the popularity of Boney M's music. The group made a comeback in the UK Top 10 in 1992 with a new single titled Boney M Megamix, marking their first appearance since 1980. This renewed interest carried on into 1993 when their greatest hits album, Gold, 20 super hits, made it to the UK Top 20. The members of the group had gone their separate ways. Marcia Barrett faced challenges performing due to cancer while residing in Florida. Liz Mitchell embarked on a tour with a different lineup of Boney M, which included Carol Gray, Patricia Lorna Foster, and Kurt D. Darren, later replaced by Tony Ashcroft in 1994. They released a single called Papa Chico, but it did not achieve success on the charts. Maisie Williams also created her variation of Boney M with a rotating cast of performers. Bobby Farrell kept touring, frequently partnering with various female singers. Liz Mitchell's iteration of the band had been the only one endorsed by Frank Farian. A legal decision in 1990 had established that all 4 members had the right to use the Boney M name. Consequently, various renditions of the group had been able to persist. Both Bobby Farrell and Liz Mitchell had put out individual albums that included new versions of Boney M's timeless tracks. Maisie Williams had unveiled her first solo album in 2006, which featured her rendition of Sunny. Her cover of Daddy Cool with the group Mellow M had topped the Latvian LMK charts in 2007. Marcia Barrett had also launched 2 solo albums, with a third one set for release in 2010. Boney M's music unexpectedly played a significant role in British climber Joe Simpson's fight for survival. In his 1988 book, Touching the Void, Simpson recalled how the melody of Brown Girl in the Ring haunted him as he struggled for his life while descending Ciula Grande in the Andes. The song was later featured in the 2003 film adaptation of Touching the Void, directed by Kevin MacDonald. Simpson was amazed at the idea of possibly dying while listening to a Boney M song. In London in 2006, a musical called Daddy Cool, featuring songs by Boney M, made its debut. Unfortunately, it did not live up to expectations and faced challenges with selling tickets. Consequently, the production ended in February 2007. Following this, the musical was shown in Berlin in a mobile theater between April and July of the same year. Other musicians were also influenced by Boney M. In April 2007, Australian pop artist Peter Wilson launched a new song called Doin' Fine, which was co-written by Frank Farian. The song was a tribute to Boney M's distinctive sound and included the well-known string arrangement from their popular track, Daddy Cool. Even though they were not always together, the members of Boney M continued to make appearances at significant events. Boney M, with Marsha Barrett, performed live at the 37th International Film Festival of India, IFFI, in Panaji, Goa, India, in November 2006. At the same time, in the United Kingdom, a new compilation album of their top hits, called The Magic of Boney M, was released by BMG in November 2006. This album featured a remix of Sunny by Moose T and a new song titled A Moment of Love, which included vocals by Liz Mitchell. In April 2007, Boney M's first 4 albums were reissued on CD with extra tracks. This was the first time these albums were made available in the US since their original release in the 1970s. By September of the same year, the remaining 4 albums, Bunununus, 10,000 Light Years, Kalimba de Luna, 16 Happy Songs, and I Dance, were also reissued on CD in Europe and the US, each containing additional bonus tracks. A new Christmas compilation was set to be released along with a DVD titled Fantastic Boney M, On Stage and On the Road. The DVD included a live performance from Vienna on 1 November 1977, though the cover incorrectly stated it was filmed in Hamburg. It also featured footage from Boney M's 1981 trip to Jamaica, used to promote the Bunununus album. In May 2007, Bobby Farrell's iteration of Boney M had a concert at the Amphi in Ra'anana, Israel. Following that, on 28th June of the same year, a different version of Boney M, with Matthew Felsenfeld and Liz Mitchell, performed at the Oktyabrski Concert Hall in St. Petersburg, Russia. In September 2007, Maisie Williams' lineup took the stage at the Royal Albert Hall in the UK. This event was organized to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS in Africa, and during the performance, Williams sang her versions of Brown Girl in the Ring and Hooray! Hooray! It's a holy holiday. Despite facing conflicts, legal disputes, and various changes in members, Boney M has surprisingly managed to stay popular even after their prime. Their songs have continued to attract fresh listeners, and their impact has extended well beyond the disco era. Even though the original band members went their separate ways, their music remains immortal through their classic hits and the many bands inspired by their legacy. Even after the group came to an end, a major controversy emerged, shaking the legacy they had built. The battle for Boney M. For years, there has been an ongoing dispute over the legal rights to the name Boney M. Former group members have been at odds with producer Frank Farian since the late 1980s. Despite this, Farian collaborated with Liz Mitchell and her iteration of Boney M in the 1990s and 2000s. In January 2007, Bobby Farrell's daughter, Zanelia Farrell, along with his ex-wife, Yasmina Ayad Saban, extended the trademark for Boney M in Germany for 10 years. In January 2009, a revised rendition of the Boney M track Felicidad, Margarita, was launched by Farian, showcasing lyrics that focused on the recent U.S. leader, Barack Obama. The modified version of the song, titled Felicidad America, Obama Obama, featured fresh vocals from 2 artists and was attributed to Boney M feat. Sharita O and Yuli B. Maisie Williams headlined a Boney M show at Ramallah's Cultural Palace in the West Bank during the Palestine International Festival in July 2010. The band sang popular hits like Daddy Cool, Ma Baker, and Brown Girl in the Ring, but deliberately left out Rivers of Babylon from their set list. Speculations arose that they were instructed to skip the song due to its Jewish Zionism connotations, according to the event organizers. Bobby Farrell died on December 30, 2010, at the age of 61 from heart failure.
And then the worst thing about it is that I hadn't seen Bobby since 1995.
His representative mentioned that Farrell had experienced difficulty breathing after his band's performance the previous night. Although Farrell resided in Amsterdam, he had traveled to St. Petersburg, Russia, for a concert. Interestingly, this city was the same location where Rasputin, the historical figure mentioned in one of Boney M's popular songs, had gained fame and eventually ended. Farrell passed away in a hotel room precisely 94 years after Rasputin's death. Even after Farrell's death, various incarnations of Boney M carried on with their performances. In June 2014, Maisie Williams led a version of Boney M on a tour of Australia. They also took the stage at Guildfest in Guildford, UK, on July 20th, 2014, and at the Watch It Live Music Festival in the UK on August 24th, 2014. Frank Farian honored the 40th year of Boney M by launching Diamonds, a 3-CD compilation. This special release included updated versions of their popular songs, unreleased tracks, a remix album, and a fresh digital single called Song of Joy with Liz Mitchell. Additionally, a significant DVD collection was made available at the same time as the album. Boney M made an appearance at the Patras Carnival in Greece during February 2017. Later on in the same year, an album called World Music for Christmas was put out by Boney M and Friends. Liz Mitchell contributed her vocals to 3 tracks on the album, one of which was a new single and music video named Like Diamonds in the Sky. This song drew inspiration from El Condor Pasa. The well-known Boney M track Rasputin received a modern makeover in 2021 by the house music producer and Kiss FM DJ, Kevin Christie. Sony Music's Ministry of Sound label released the remix, which was attributed to Majestic and Boney M. This rendition of the song gained popularity and climbed to the 11th spot on the UK singles chart. A music video was produced for the revamped version, featuring Bimini Bon Boulash, a participant from RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Later that year, Liz Mitchell made an appearance on Channel 5's music program Britain's Biggest 70s Hits, sharing the stage with other musicians like Dean Friedman and Barry Blue, who were popular during that time period. In August 2023, a multi-city U.S. tour featuring Boney M with lead singer Liz Mitchell, along with Samantha Fox and Bad Boys Blue, took place. The tour included shows in various cities, such as Boston, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, and San Jose. The organization of the tour was handled by the LA Concert Group, which is based in Los Angeles. Frank Farian, the man behind the creation of Boney M, died in January 2024. Although his passing signaled the closing of a chapter, the impact of the group on music history continued to endure. In Australia, Boney M revealed plans for a final tour in June and July 2024, intending to honor their long history of music, drama, and influence. Despite facing numerous legal challenges and lineup changes, Boney M managed to establish a musical legacy that still captivates audiences globally. Their vibrant and rhythmic songs have stood the test of time, showcasing their enduring influence on the music scene. How large was the band's fan base, and were they widely appreciated by the public? Boney M, the sound that traveled the world. During the 1970s, Boney M was a well-loved music group in the Soviet Union, known for their lively tunes and memorable melodies. While many fans adored their music, not all of their songs were met with approval by government officials. In December 1978, when the group had set up a show in Moscow, the Soviet authorities had prohibited them from playing Rasputin, a song that delved into the history of the notorious Russian mystic, as it was deemed too contentious. Even with these limitations, the songs by Boney M have still managed to be included in a number of movies and TV programs. For instance, their popular track Rasputin has been used in notable films like Johnny English Strikes Again, The King's Man, and Black Mirror. In addition, it was also featured in the Doctor Who episode The Power of the Doctor, with the Master dancing to it in a Rasputin costume. Soviet cinema was impacted by the influence of Boney M. In the 1984 film Repentance, released in 1987, the song Sunny was played at a party with high-ranking communist officials. The same song was also featured in various scenes of the popular South Korean film Sunny. Boney M's music had a significant impact on South Korea, with candidate Roh Moo-hyun incorporating Bahama Mama into his 2002 presidential campaigns as a symbol of his vision for positive political transformation. The upbeat rhythm of the song contributed to the energy of his campaign, ultimately leading to his victory in the election. The music of Boney M was featured in different Chinese films as well. For example, in the 2005 film Shanghai Dreams, there was a scene taking place in 1983 where young people were dancing to Rivers of Babylon and Gotta Go Home at a countryside disco. In the 2008 Kazakh movie Tulpan, a character named Boney, who drove a tractor, was shown playing Rivers of Babylon on a cassette tape multiple times, showcasing his fascination with Western culture. The song Sunny has maintained its presence in various projects, serving as a significant element in the music for the Chinese movie CJ7 in 2008, and later becoming the theme song for the Taiwanese drama Sunny Girl in 2011. It has also been included in the Umbrella Academy and Boogie Nights, ensuring that Boney M's music remains relevant for contemporary audiences. During the 1970s and 1980s, Boney M was very well liked in India. In a 2015 conversation with Hindustan Times, Liz Mitchell discussed her time in the country. She remembered her trips as unforgettable, mentioning activities like shopping, meeting Bollywood celebrities, and having meals with them. Mitchell praised the passion and friendliness of Indian supporters. Boney M has created a long-lasting impact globally.
Our audiences are sort of like the youngest, 18, 19, 20, even younger.
Through various forms of entertainment, such as music, film, television, and even involvement in politics. Their music has not only brought joy to millions, but has also become a significant part of the cultural heritage in numerous countries. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.